How are we doing today, everybody? I think I mentioned in my last video that I was going to start showing you more evidence of welfare fraud for my son's mother, income tax fraud and whatnot. Just more things that the state has, put me through besides some of the people that have helped target me in the past. Now, before I show you a bunch of the evidence and the stuff that I have, just a brief description of what's been going on here. I have been taking care of my son since he was born. He is 6.5 years old. He's always been with me. When he was younger, he might have stayed a couple months a year with his mother, but he didn't want to be there. There would be nights when he was only like 3 and 4 months old that she would drop him off to me at 1 or 2 in the morning because he would not stop crying. And of course, as soon as he had his daddy, he would be just fine. She refused to get up and feed him when we were still living together. She would help change a diaper once a night sometimes. Other than that, it would be me getting up 2 to 4 times a night to feed and change him. I have repeatedly made pleas to this state of Montana with tons of evidence. I've proven how she abuses welfare. She gets free housing. She gets free food. The only thing that I haven't been able to prove is how she uses churches and church members to help support herself, with like car insurance and cigarettes and whatever else she needs. She's a really big con artist. She knows how to fool the system. She knows how to fool churches and the conservative type people around here. She's made me out to be some big asshole. And the truth of the matter is, she cheated all the time. She stole. She's lied. She treats her son like shit. She doesn't want to take care of him. And things of that nature, and partly it might reflect on me for choosing her as a significant other, but in my argument, we were both young, and she just slowly turned into this, and I guess I say slowly, but it wasn't that slowly. So I'm going to start off here. I got my camera working. So give me just a second here. Get a grip here without pressing any buttons. Just to help kind of hide who is helping me. Because I don't want to give these names out just yet. But I'm gonna put it like this. Okay. There is a letter. You see Head Start there. That's a letter from my son's teacher from a couple of years ago, when he was in Head Start and pre-kindergarten. I've got the letter briefly describing that. I've got letters from, probably about 4 or 5 people at his new school, because I drop him off every single morning, okay? And I pick him up every single afternoon. And after a couple of months of doing that, the teachers, the principals, the secretaries, the janitors, the lunch ladies and lunch guys, everybody notices these things, okay? And then so I start talking to him and explaining my situation. So, let's see. This is not school. This one goes over here. So this is school over here. And then I've got, let's see, I think this one belongs in that stack too. This is school. People from school. This right here, these 3 right here, okay? This is a Montana state verification of who Coulter resides with. Okay, Coulter had to go to Youth Dynamics, which is counseling, and he had to do that because his mother she hangs out with shady people. And if you've been keeping track of all my videos and reading all the things I write about it, you know that she had a boyfriend who choked and strangled her middle child when he was coming off of cocaine. you know, she hangs out with drug addicts and sex offenders. Supposedly her ex's brother is involved in a bunch of sex offenses and stuff. They're all meth addicts. It seems like meth is just terrible up here. So what this is, she was hanging out with somebody who possibly, besides the boyfriend that she broke up with, molested one of her kids. Her oldest child has been in an institution, a mental institution now, for about 7 months. And she might get to be released, I'm not sure. But she has a lot of problems. So this is from a couple of different counselors, okay, that I've got on my side. And they heard my story, they saw some of my evidence, and they knew. And they did not lie. You know, he is with his father 99.9% of the time. Let's see if I can zoom in without... There you go. 99.9% of the time. Okay. And then next is, let's see, here's one of my babysitter statement, you know, who watches my son for me. I actually have a few different babysitters now, but I've just gotten one of them. This is an employer. This is some coworkers that I've worked with the past year or so, and I probably shouldn't be showing that, but I'm going to do it anyway. This is my tax preparer. I've been using her since my son was born, okay? And every single year I have had to prove to the IRS that he is with me. And she helps me, you know, tells me what I need to do. You know, she can't do it for me or anything, obviously, but she tells me what to do, what to provide, and all of that evidence. Here is one of my regional supervisors at work. I've been working with this small corporation now. It's ran by American Indians and owned by American Indians. I've worked for them for a little over a year now. Here is another statement from one of the coworkers there. And then I've got my phone here. You can see all these pictures. This phone only goes back 2 years. Let's get to the bottom here and see when I first started. So August 2015. You can see there. And I've got pictures of my son. I've got a bunch of different things. See here, you know, I briefly showed you guys how we were homeless for a while. You can see us. There's the campfire. That was a little over a year ago. Since then, I started taking pictures all the time of where we were day to day. You know, at least one picture a day. Further along here, I've got pictures of what we eat. Let's see here. Yeah, see, every day I started taking pictures of what I feed him 2 or 3 times a day. And I always make sure that he's in the picture too. So you see there's different things. See, there's this is when we were living in the hotel room. So, and then with this phone, luckily, you know, I don't like technology that much. See, this says June 2016. That was last year. But I have this neat little app right here called Print Hand. Let's see if I can. It cost me. I don't guess my camera's. I didn't make my resolution set right. But right there it says Print Hand, and when I print out stuff with this, it shows the exact dates of the pictures and the time and all of that. And I do the same thing here. This is his mother right here, Vicky. Let's go back here. I have 2,788 messages, okay? And this goes back for 2 years too. And when I print this out, I printed this out for the state and for the IRS, because if you can see here, so that text says June 1st, but when you print it out, it has the exact time and the date. And I keep track of all that. So they know when she has them and when he's with me, besides just physical, evidence of all these statements. And just for the record, I've been told that my son's mother or somebody else has been trying to act like my son's mother. I don't know if that's just hearsay or what, just some bullshit. But just for the record, my son's mother is Victoria Ellen Brothwell, also known now as Victoria Ellen Thompson. And there's the father's name, of course. We all know who I am. This has been an ongoing battle, and I didn't show you everything. I just showed you like a brief, explanation of what's going on. I've got text messages from his teachers, from the FSA, Youth Dynamics, which is one of the counselors my son was seeing. And of course, they concluded that he was fine. They said just to get him in there, they tried to say that he had defiant disorder, which, he's only 6 years old, people. A normal 6-year-old is going to be a little defiant because they're learning, they're learning new things every day, and they're learning what they can be capable of and how they can push boundaries. And that's the role of the parent, is to try to explain to them and discipline them so they know how far they can push the boundaries, but not go over that limit. So, I don't know if that was just an excuse to get him in or what, but he doesn't need any help. For everything that he's been through with me, being targeted, being stalked, being illegally evicted, having all our items stolen, being drugged, being molested, and all this stuff, he is an awesome child. And he's the most loving child I've ever seen in my life. He's very intelligent. I've enhanced his vocabulary by speaking with words that normal people don't say. I've tried to do everything I can, and if you've watched my videos, you've seen eating organic, healthy food. I make him take supplements. I don't make him take all the ones that I showed there, but I make him take ones for children. He gets organic fruits and vegetables and whatnot. Basically, I've proven that the targeting has totally destroyed our thyroid glands. We've recently started taking kelp, which is high in iodine, and that's supposed to help the thyroid, and I'm hoping that helps. So, I didn't do a close-up a lot of this stuff, and the main reason I didn't do that is because I want to protect the people's names. And I'm sure that, those of you can, a lot of you can probably pause the video and clear the resolution or whatever and figure a lot of it out on your own. But my purpose of this was just to show that I have a ton of evidence. I'm still waiting on my tax refund this year. I'm hoping that because of Mr. Trump trying to, stop tax fraud, that this will help, and possibly the federal government will come in and intervene. Because the local government here and then the people that have harassed me are some of the most corrupt people I've ever met in my life. Mine, a lot of TIs say their problems reside within the federal government. Well, mine wasn't like that at first. The first 14 years of mine was not like that at all. It was individuals, and then Obama's crappy little administration got involved, and I'm so glad he's out of office. So I'm definitely a Trump supporter. I know a lot of TIs don't like that, but that's just me. I believe that he's going to be a little bit different than the Obama administration. So, and also just another heads up, I think I've already told you how Democrats have always refused to help me. The only thing, when I've gotten food stamps when I needed them, and I hate admitting that, but, I have a child and I've been targeted, so occasionally I do need help. That's the only kind of help that they would give me. So, they refused to do housing. They refused everything you could think of except for that. So, once again, here is all the evidence. There's a lot more of it. The phone is full of it. I've got let's see, there's an FSA, one of his friends, one of his teachers, there's all kinds of people here that know what's going on. So I'll end this video, and I hope you guys are having a good day. And I know a lot of people aren't that interested in this stuff, but it's putting my story out there, and it needs to be heard. Just like every other TI, they should do this. You should all be doing this, documenting your discrimination, because it's very important and it's vital to ending gang stalking and electronic harassment and discrimination. All right, you guys have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Bye.